Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Myself Mitlesh, and today we'll talk about Pybind 11 part 2. So guys, in this video I am going to reveal the power of C++. Okay guys, now why I am saying that the power of C++, because in previous video I have just shown the basic example how you're going to be integrate a C++ with the Python. But in this video I am going to be show you if you have a piece of code which you're going to be write in a Python and it is very much time consuming, then how you're going to be overcome using the C++. So if you're going to be apply the power of C++ with the Python, you will get to know how powerful C++ is and why C++ is on demand. Okay guys, so let's dive into the code. Okay guys, so I have already told you when you're going to be deal with the Pybind 11, you need to clone the repo of Pybind 11 which allow you to just integrate the C++ module with the Python. Okay guys, so as you guys can see, I have already cloned it and I have already have a repo directory here. Okay, now we need a file which will allow us to make some configuration for the make file. Okay, so let's make a cmake file here. Okay, now we can do all the minimum requirements what it requires. Okay, now we are going to be at the subdirectory. Okay, so subdirectory is nothing but your Pybind 11 directory. Okay, now we are going to be add the module name here. Okay guys, so in module when you are going to be talk about the module, so you have to be write the module name here. Okay, so for now I am just writing a prime. Okay, because in my previous video, if you're going to be check out my video like why Python is slow part 2, I will share the link in my description. You guys can go through that video as well. There I have showed you when you're going to be write the logic of prime number add. So I mean to say, like if user pass an index number to the program, then program should return me a prime number at that particular index. So in that video I have showed you like how much time Python take to run the same code and how much time C++ take. So trust me guys, in that video when you will check it out, guys will get to know why Python is slow and why interpreter is a bottleneck for the Python. Okay guys, so in this video I will try to write the same piece of code here so that we can write the code into a C++ and we're going to be check the code into a Python so that we can use the power of C++ into Python. Okay guys, so let's write the name as a prime. Okay, and here I'm going to be pass the name of my main file of C++. Okay, so that is main cpp. Now I'm going to be add the file here. Okay, so as you guys can see, like we are done with the cmake and we have a main file here. Okay, now we are going to be include the Pybind 11. Okay, so for now when we are going to be write a prime number, first of all we need to be create a function which will return us true or false for the particular prime number, that particular number is a prime or not. Okay, so I'm just writing a logic for that here. So it will accept a number from user and we have to be check that particular number is prime or not. What if the number is less than 2? Okay guys, so if L is less than 2, then we should return false. Okay, else if number equals to 2, or we can say that if the number equals to 3, then we should return false, true. Okay guys, because we know that 2 and 3 are prime numbers, so we don't want to be go inside a loop to check this kind of things, so I just want to be wrap it here. Also we are going to be handle one more scenario here, like if n modulo 2 equals to 0 if the number is divisible by 2 directly, or if n modulo 3 equals to 0, then also we know that that particular number is not a prime number, so we should return false. Okay, if these are not the case, then we'll go to the loop. Okay, if the number is greater than 3 or 4, then how we're going to be handle the things. Okay, so for that we are going to be write a logic here for I in this, and we are going to start from the 2. Okay, I is less than n, so whatever the number has passed, it will should be less than n. less than that number. Now go inside this, and here we are going to be check if that particular n which is given by the user is divisible by index like I. Okay, so when iterating the number, we are just checking each and every time that particular number is get divisible by or not. If it's divisible, then it is not a prime number, right? So we will return false, else what we can do, we can return true. Okay, so we are done with the prime number logic. Now let's wrap into a Python 11 module. So I am passing prime, and here I am going to be pass a handle. So with the handler here. Okay, now this handler should take care of all the stuffs. Now I am going to be write handle dot doc here, and I'm going to be write the doc string here. This is prime number demo code. Okay guys, so let's write it handle dot def. So when you're going to be write any function, you need to be pass the details. So here we're going to be pass the name of the function which is going to be used in the Python module. So I'm just writing as is prime, I'm making it same ampersand is prime. Okay, so guys, we are done here. Let's make a directory of build so that we can build this package. So build, clear it, cmake, then we have to be make it also. Okay, we don't have file of Python. Okay, let's make a file of Python as well, test.py, and here we are going to be import the file guys. So let's write it here. Now from build dot prime import everything, and we are going to be check that particular function is created or not. So we are going to be check here. Okay, so let's check the complete package here, because we are importing this package from build, so we have to be take it from build. Okay, so we haven't created yet. Now I'm going to be run this file here. So let's Python 3, and from here we are going to be run the file. So if there is no error, it should be get executed, and it will return like the complete from the Python. It will show the function name inside that dir. Okay, oh, seems like there is an error in C++. Okay, let's go to okay, I just forget the semicolon guys, just run it again. Okay, now it compiled successfully and generated the software. So okay guys, now you can see there is prime number is available. Okay, now what we need to be do, we have to be create a function which for the index. Okay, so when we are talking about the index, I already told you it will accept the input from a user of type of index, and it will return the prime number of that particular index. Okay guys, so here we'll try to write the logic. Okay, so the function name is prime at. Okay, and it will accept integer. Okay, that is an index number. Okay, if n is less than 1. Okay, then what should it be return? It should return me a -1. Okay, we know that like at 0th index prime number 2 is there. Okay, so we are not taking care of any like value which is like a less than sorry, my bad, it should be less than 0. Okay, so if it's less than 0, then it should return this part. Okay, okay, now just go into next part, and we are going to be take care of other stuffs, like I have to be check that if the number is something, we can say that greater than 0 or 0, then what should happen. Okay, so if n equals to 0, then we should return 2, because we know at the 0th index it is 2. In terms of programming language, we know that index start from the 0. Okay guys, so n equals to 1, then it should return me 3, right guys? Okay, now if this is not the case, then we are going to be taken into a loop. So what we are doing, we are just iterating a while loop here, and we'll try to take care of the stuffs inside this loop. Okay, so now while loop is there because we have to be reach out till that index, so that we can figure it out at what number is available at that particular index. So that's the reason I'm using a while loop, so that I can reach out till that index number. Okay, so let's write a logic here. If is prime, now what we are going to be do here, we are going to be check the prime, but before that we need to assign some values. Okay, so I am just maintaining a counter. It is initialized from the 0. The count is nothing but it will take care of the index value. Okay, so once my count will be get increment till index or greater than index, then we should break the while loop. Okay, and then we will return the value. Now val is something which we start from the 2, because we know that my first prime number is nothing but 2. Okay, so we start from 2. Okay, so now when we're going to be check the prime number, we are going to be pass 2 inside here. Okay, if it's a prime, then what we are going to be do? Okay, so we'll definitely increase the counter by 1, right? Now else if what we can do, or we can just simply say that if my count, okay, if my count is greater than my index number, okay, if my count increases to greater than the index number, then what we can do, we can break the loop, because we know we have already reached out to that particular number, and whatever the number we get, it is a prime number, we should return that value, right? Else what we can do, we can increase the value by 1. So now my function will be check all these things and increase the value by 1, and each and every time it will check it is prime or not. If the counter will be get increased to the index number, then it will break the loop and it will return me the particular value, right guys? So we are done with the logic here. Okay, now let me add this piece of code. Okay, now the code here, we are going to be take the number of this is prime, so we are going to be add here as prime, then prime, and we are going to be here, and let's see. Okay, so we haven't checked prime as well. Okay, so let's add a prime. If we are going to be check like 1 is prime, or we can say that 5, we can check for 10, we can check for 11. Okay, so this is for prime number guys. Now if I want to check for prime at, okay, so we need to be check at 0th index. Okay, then we should check at 1, and we should check at 2. Okay, so let me run this code. Let's see it is running or not. If things go fine, we will definitely see some output, which is, I hope, satisfying answer we get. Oh guys, so you can see that 1 is false, okay, right, true, 5 is true, then again 10 is false, 11 is true, right? So we are, prime number is working properly. Now let's check at the 0th index, it is returning 2, then 1 3, then 5. Yeah, seems like everything worked perfectly guys. Okay, now as we have seen that in my previous video, as I was talking about like why Python is slow, part 2. Okay guys, so in that video we have checked in the index of 9999. Okay, so here we will try to check is that taking a same time. Okay, so in that video when I was trying to run that piece of code into the Python, it took around 12 to 15 seconds. Now we have written the code into C++ and we are integrating into the Python, and now we are checking the time. Okay guys, so let me comment this things so that it won't affect us here. Let me comment this as well. Okay, so let's run the code. Great, so you guys can see it is not taking, I think it is taking less than 4 or 5 seconds guys, so probably I guess 1 or 2 sec we can say that, right? You can see the output guys. So now you guys can see here the power of beast. Like I use the beast word here for the C++ because C++ is really a powerful language guys. You can see here we have written the code into the C++, okay, which will find the prime number at that particular index. If you're going to be write the same logic in the Python, trust me guys, if you're going to be pass this parameter, your Python code, it will take around 10 seconds to 15 seconds, or sometime it will take much more than that. Okay, depends on your machine. Okay guys, so this is something like I wanted to highlight you, like why Python is very useful and how you're going to be integrate C++ modules with the Python so that you can use the power of C++. So guys, trust me, C++ is a very good language. You guys want to learn, then please go for it. It's your choice guys, it's your call. Okay, and as you guys can see here, like how much powerful C++ is. Okay, so if you want to write some kind of modules and you feel like you want to make your Python code more efficient or more faster, then yes, you guys are at the right place. You can use the PyBand 11, you can write the C++ functions, and you can integrate with the Python. Okay guys, so this is it from this video. I hope you guys like it. Please guys, do like, share and subscribe this video if you like it. Please guys, please do it. Yeah, okay, thank you, thanks a lot. See you in the next video. Bye guys, take care.